Hello, this is the fifth in series of screencasts on managing the library's WordPress site, and this time will hopefully be a pretty short screencast where we go over customizing the navigation menus on the website. And the navigation menu can be adjusted for each of the sites, the 4 library locations. They can all have unique menus. So to start off, we're going to go to the library's WordPress site, and we are going to log in. And you're going to go to this Appearances menu, which we haven't gone to yet, and click Menus. Unfortunately, in WordPress, in order to give users access to this menus selection, I also have to give them access to all of these selections. Please do not do anything to any of these other selections. It could really goof up the site, so please just try to avoid those. Let's go into menus. And this demo account has access to the navigation menus for Mountain View. I believe right now Rebecca has access to the Springfield navigation menus, and Ed has access to Bolivar, Mountain, and Salem navigation menus. So, by default, if you do not put anything in these 2 menus, it will just show what is in the Bolivar menu, and that is the default. First, let's go over what these are. The primary navigation menu is, well, let's see here. It is what appears in these main drop-downs. The secondary header is this little black bar of links at the top. And managing the Managing the links that appear in the menu is very simple. If you want to add pages from the WordPress site, you can choose them from the Pages menu. You can search for them by name. You can do View All. I'll just select everything just for fun, and I will add it to the menu. And now we have this giant list of pages. If we hit save just like this, I'll show you what it looks like. It's going to be a disaster. Make sure you switch to the Mountain View page. We have about 100 different links in the top level of our navigation menu. We don't want to do that. You can create sub-menus so that it drops down, and to do that you just click on a menu item and you drag it to the right, and then now the Ask a Librarian menu item is going to be beneath the home menu item. So we'll just do that and make everything fall into these nice little categories. And it's very easy to make sub-menus. All you do is drag it a notch further to the right, and then you have a second level of pop-outs within your pop-out menu. So here's our second menu item. I'm not organizing these in any real coherent way, just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 first level menus, and then we have another sub menu here under Ask a Librarian that has 3 menu items, and just for kicks we'll make a sub menu underneath course reserves, and we'll save this and see what happens. When you have so many nested sub menus, the layout starts to get kind of goofy, and I wouldn't recommend having this many layers of submenus, but you can if you want to. Your mileage may vary. So here's what our menu looks like, and that was pretty simple and painless. And here's our submenu, and here's our submenu. And luckily that doesn't look like too much of a disaster, but it could have. So that's that. If you want to add a link to a page that is not part of our site, you just use this custom links, and let's just make a link to Google, call it Google, add it to the menu, and now here's our Google link, and it's at the bottom. Let's make it the first link underneath home. So let's drop it right in there, save menu, and refresh. And there we go. We have our Google link right there at the top where we thought it would be. So it's quite easy to rearrange. If you want to change the name of a link in your menu, you can just click this little arrow to expand, and you can change the navigation label. For your custom links, you can expand it, and you can change both the label and the URL that it points to. So it's very easy to do it that way. There's also this categories menu, but we don't use the default categories mechanism that is built into WordPress, so just ignore that for now. And so that is how you control the primary navigation menu, which is this one here. And basically, to control this top, it's called secondary header menu. It is an identical process. You just click on secondary header, and let's just make a couple of links this time. And we'll go add to menu, save, and refresh. And ta-da! We have our links up at the top. When you're working with the secondary header menu, it does not really have the capacity to do submenus, so I'll show you here. If we try to do like a second tier of menus within that menu, it gets goofy real fast. And let's see what it does. Well, okay, it just doesn't do anything. So that functionality just is pretty much disabled for this menu. That's how I set this up. But for now, let's just leave everything as it is at the Bolivar menu, the default. So let's just delete all of these. We'll just expand, remove, and remove, remove. Unfortunately, there's not a very easy way to remove all of the links at once. Do not use this delete menu button, because the system ID of these navigation menus is hard-coded to the sites that are defined in this drop-down menu. So you can't just like delete this menu and create a new one called primary navigation mountain view and expect it to work identically. It will not. So I'm going to clear out all these later, but that pretty much concludes this tutorial, and we went over how to modify the content of these menus. Oh, and I guess just for the sake of demonstration, I'll show you how if we go to back to the Bolivar Library page, it's different. It's the way that it was in the first place. So like I was saying, that concludes our tutorial on modifying the site-specific menus.